We, in like the past week, have really been sucking with like production. We're just making stupid mistakes. My office manager was like, oh, we're just making like small little errors. And I was like, I wish they were big deals instead of like the easy ones, because those ones are super easily avoidable. So we done in the past, and we did away with for some reason, just because I wasn't like probably keeping it accountable or really checking that they were get done. But we have these checklists that we use for each job now. So we're bringing those back into circulation. Hopefully that kind of eliminates a lot of the mistakes that we've been having.
I don't want anyone to burn out, and I think that's kind of why we're getting so many callbacks, is because we're all kind of slowly starting to burn out. Find time for a break. A 30-minute break for your lunch, 15-minute breaks every once in a while, just, you know.
I don't know how many jobs last week, and we got, out of those jobs, we got 5 callbacks or like issues with a customer. Not all of them resulted in a callback, so that's not, obviously not a great number to shoot for. This post checklist is super important. It's just stuff that should be completed at the end of the job that will avoid a lot of these callbacks. A lot of it just has to do with putting stuff back the way it was. But really, the point is just to let the customer know that we're thinking about this stuff and that we're actively like trying to accomplish all these things. That's going to make a huge difference in their mind, that we're really like crossing our T's and dotting our I's.
Silver, gold, platinum. I've done bronze, silver. They don't do shit. There's marks still on it. I thought gold for $13 wasn't that bad.
If the bronze car wash works for my car, it works for the company.
Or we can just save.
Jack. If you want me to do bronze,
I want you to do the cheap. I always want you to do the cheapest option available.
So you probably wouldn't be interested in the subscription to the car wash.
I thought about it. I've thought about it.
Because then you could get all the cars.
Or we could just save $48 a month. Or we could just save $48.
Those could be no.
Let's just save $48 a month and have it washed here when we wash all the cars.
I agree.
But we're not a really cleaning company.
Shut it. Shut it.
Yeah. No problem, Jack. I got no problem.
This dude's named the most expensive car wash.
Fucking $13, bro. Sorry.
I was going through all the expenses. I was like, why are there like $13 car wash cars?
Also,
I will tell you that the
think
first
it's
car
time.
wash I ever got, I will tell you this, I accidentally went to a hand washing place. It was only like $20, but still, you know. But I mean, that was a long time.
Why do you have time to do that? We're gonna go out onto a job site. It's like a $2,000 job, gutter cleaning, roof clearing, and exterior window cleaning. Probably shouldn't take long at all. We're gonna send 3 guys out there. But we'll go out there, check it out, and see what kind of the day has in stores. We don't really have any plans, so we'll just take it as we go. Remember, when you go to rent, you want to avoid glass at pretty much any time we have the metal framing, right? So we don't want to like put a lot of pressure because they'll fall through. And we can't squeegee them unless they're like big panes like normal. So for this one, we'll just dip your towel into the solution, just get it wet. I would first dust it off with your duster. And then you don't want to have too much because it just makes more of a mess. But really, you're just kind of, you know, you can go each one or you can do the whole thing, whatever. And then we would just take your dry towel and detail them. There's no like perfect way to do this, so it's like really all in the detailing. But you just want to do your best that you can. And then you don't want this to like your solution to dry, because then it just becomes really hard to detail, obviously. So do a little bit at a time, detail. If you're in the sun, obviously you can do less at a time, but since this is the shade, it's not that difficult. And then just really make sure you get in those corners. But I think the main thing is don't, you know, put your whole force into it, because we've had situations where they will fall backwards, especially stained glass, which is a little bit similar, a little bit different, but those ones are actually like loose panels. So make a judgment call there. If it's like really bad, I would honestly skip it, but these seem to be in pretty good condition. There's some cracks in here just to be aware of, probably from the gardener, like the lawnmower shooting stuff up here. But yeah, it's pretty simple. Wet rag, dry rag, details best as you can. Windows, we're water fed pulling everything, but what John's doing now is we noticed that like it's really bad, right? There's a lot of cobwebs and stuff, and so if we were just going to straight water, which we usually can on like kind of maintenance cleans with the water fed pull, because there's not like a bunch of cobwebs and leaves everywhere. So what we realized is there's a ton of stuff here, it was just creating mud and it was difficult to get everything off. So we're just gonna go through and we're gonna knock down all like the spider webs and the leaves, like you can see John doing on the windows before we go through. That way it's just easier, and we're not like, you know, causing like the cobwebs to stick like to the stucco underneath. So we're just gonna go through, cobweb everything like we normally would, and then we'll go with the water fed pole and clean everything up.